Amidst the war-ravaged wasteland where blood mingled with the soil and the air bore witness to unyielding spirits, the saga of fearless Charlie unfolded. A name not lightly earned emerged from the crucible of agony, a testament to the relentless odyssey undertaken by Charlie and his comrade, Frank. Their journey traversed a battlefield marred by scars where the remnants of once vibrant landscapes were devoured by the ravenous appetite of destruction. As the sun struggled to pierce through the overcast sky, the meadows lay buried beneath the detritus of war. The acrid stench of death replaced the sweet fragrance of nature, and the world had become a desolate canvas painted in the grotesque hues of conflict. The ground beneath their boots trembled with each artillery strike, and the air vibrated with the echoes of distant explosions. Shell craters pocked the once fertile soil, creating a lunar landscape that whispered of the brutality unleashed upon it. The remnants of shattered vehicles, charred husks that once roared with life, now lay strewn like fallen giants. As Charlie and Frank navigated this war-torn abyss, whispers of distant gunfire reverberated through the skeletal trees of a decimated forest. Trees, once standing tall, now lay scattered like fallen comrades, their branches stripped bare. The forest had transformed into a spectral grove haunted by the ghosts of nature's demise. Through the wreckage, echoes of gunfire intensified as they approached an open field, the scorched earth a canvas painted with the grotesque hues of conflict. Artillery craters scarred the ground, creating an uneven terrain that posed a constant threat to those who dared to traverse it. Crows, disturbed by the approaching chaos, took flight from the desolate field, their black silhouettes etching against the dimly lit sky. The horizon, once an unbroken line of possibility, bore the scars of distant conflict. Plumes of smoke billowed upward like grotesque pillars, marking the battlegrounds where unseen adversaries clashed. The ominous glow of distant explosions flickered like malevolent fireflies, illuminating the silhouette of a ruined city in the distance. Charlie's gaze bore the weight of their journey, a descent into a realm where the very fabric of humanity unraveled with each passing moment. They had witnessed serene landscapes transform into charnel grounds, proud structures decay into skeletal ruins, and vibrant communities morph into ghostly echoes of their former selves. On the outskirts of the city, the battlefield awaited. The acrid stench of gunpowder lingered in the air, signaling their arrival at the precipice of a relentless confrontation. The ominous glow of flares illuminated a minefield, a cruel welcome to those who dared to challenge the insatiable hunger of war. In a shallow crater, swallowed by the cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and the ominous glow of flares unveiling a minefield, Charlie's gaze bore the weight of inevitable doom. A flare traced an ominous path through the night sky, exposing the grotesque expanse of the minefield. Charlie's eyes narrowed, recognizing the imminent danger, and a surge of primal instinct thrust him toward Frank, a desperate grasp born of urgency. An explosion erupted behind them, a symphony of destruction that shook the ground. The two warriors, entangled in a waltz with death, faced the bitter truth of their moribund situation. Frank, battered but unbroken, mirrored Charlie's grim determination. Unhinged by chaos, he unleashed a torrent of gunfire upon the encroaching enemy. His movements, a grotesque ballet of combat carved by the cruel hands of war, were met with the fatal kiss of an enemy's bullet. Frank staggered, gasping for air, the battlefield morphing into a tempest of agony and impending demise. Charlie's heart raced, witnessing his comrade falter. The realm of warfare became a tempest, gunfire, the metallic tang of blood, and the indomitable spirit of warriors converging on the precipice of doom. Undeterred by his own impending darkness, Frank fought on, a crimson testament to the indomitable spirit of human defiance. Yet fate, a merciless puppeteer, dealt its hand. Frank, his movements slowing, succumbed to the pain of a gunshot wound. In the shadows of the crater, Charlie's expression darkened as he shouldered the abyss of their imminent escape. With grim determination, Charlie hoisted Frank's battered form onto his shoulders. The battlefield transformed into a macabre tableau, a lone harbinger of death carrying his fallen comrade through a landscape steeped in the stench of decay and the encroaching specter of the enemy's relentless march. The moonless night bore witness to a silent ballet of despair. In the ink-black darkness, Charlie navigated the minefield with a cruel grace, each step a dance with a malevolent deity. The landscape of destruction unfolded, a testament to the obscene chaos of war. As the enemy closed in, Charlie's actions spoke louder than the whispers of the damned. His movements became a waltz of defiance, a grotesque figure against the backdrop of a shattered reality. With a wounded comrade on his back, he unleashed a torrent of calculated brutality upon the encroaching fiends. Every pull of the trigger, every wretched step was a symphony of unbridled savagery and agony. The battlefield, once a canvas of despair, bore witness to an unfolding nightmare. Charlie's journey, marked by the putrid stench of sacrifice and the grotesque masquerade of valor, became a tale etched in the annals of war. In the midst of the onslaught, Charlie's movements became a visceral expression of unrelenting ferocity. His weapon, an extension of his fury, spat death into the encroaching horde. He moved with a predatory grace, each step a calculated dance through the chaos. Amidst the deafening roar of gunfire, Charlie's eyes gleamed with a primal intensity. He became a tempest of destruction, a force of nature that swept through the battlefield. His movements were a relentless onslaught, a manifestation of a wrathful deity sculpting the destiny of the damned. The minefield, once an abyss of silent malevolence, became a stage for Charlie's relentless descent into the heart of darkness. It wasn't just about navigating a treacherous terrain or spilling blood in the name of survival. It was an immersion into the depths of unfathomable dread, an unyielding march through a realm where every shadow whispered of grotesque demise. Fearless Charlie, a spectral embodiment of dread, resonated not as a title but as a harbinger of torment amidst the chaos. It symbolized the blackened spirit that emerged even in the most desolate moments, transcending the anonymity of war and etching a legacy that dripped with the ichor of the forsaken. The minefield, once a theater of torment, now bore witness to a ghastly reaper whose journey had just begun, leaving an indelible stain on the tapestry of war and earning a name that echoed through the abyss: Fearless Charlie. Yet, as the night plunged deeper into the abyss, Charlie's path twisted towards a war-ravaged trench. The ground squelched beneath his boots, a morbid reminder of the countless lives extinguished in the mire of battle. Tracers streaked across the night sky, painting ephemeral trails of fiery red and green. The battlefield illuminated in a macabre dance of light and shadow, exposing the grotesque tableau of war. The trench, a scar on the earth's flesh, awaited Charlie's descent. Without hesitation, Charlie plunged into the abyss, a lone wolf venturing into the lair of the enemy. The trench echoed with the distant cries of the fallen, the lament of souls trapped in a perpetual purgatory. As he navigated the claustrophobic maze, the chaos intensified. His senses heightened, Charlie moved with an uncanny awareness, dodging obstacles and fallen comrades with the finesse of a predator. The tracers, like fiery serpents, lit his path with a surreal glow. The air crackled with the staccato rhythm of gunfire, a symphony of madness enveloping him. The trench walls, scarred by explosions and smeared with the blood of countless warriors, seemed to close in. Yet Charlie pressed forward, a phantom in the shadows. His footsteps, muffled by the squelching mud, blended with the haunting echoes of distant artillery. As he advanced, the trench coughed up pockets of resistance. Enemy soldiers, entrenched in the filth, sprung from the darkness. The dance of death ensued, a visceral ballet of blades and bullets. Charlie's movements became a frenetic whirlwind, an embodiment of controlled chaos. His rifle barked with deadly precision, each shot finding its mark. In the close quarters, he seamlessly transitioned to his combat knife, a gleaming extension of his merciless intent. The trench walls witnessed an unrelenting storm, a lone warrior decimating the opposition. Hand-to-hand combat became a brutal tableau, an intimate confrontation amidst the stench of decay. Charlie's fists and blade painted a canvas of violence, his combat skills honed through the crucible of countless battles. The trench echoed with the symphony of bone meeting steel, the anguished cries of the fallen, and the wet thud of bodies collapsing. Amidst the chaos, the tracers continued to illuminate Charlie's path, a macabre spotlight on his descent into the heart of the enemy's lair. The air buzzed with tension as the trench transformed into a gruesome theater. It was a dance of survival, a macabre ballet of brutality and desperation. The enemy, initially confident in their fortified position, faltered under the relentless assault. Charlie, a force of nature, pressed forward with an indomitable will. His movements became a cruel ballet, a dance that left a trail of fallen foes in its wake. The trench, once a bastion of opposition, crumbled under Charlie's assault. Bodies piled up like discarded puppets, their lifeless forms bearing witness to the wrath of a lone warrior. The tracers, now like ethereal chains binding the battlefield, guided Charlie through the labyrinth of death. As he emerged from the trench, drenched in the blood of his adversaries, the moon cast an indifferent gaze upon the battlefield. The minefield, the crater, the trench, each terrain bore the scars of Charlie's relentless odyssey. The chaos that once reigned had succumbed to the ruthless efficiency of one man's determination. With Frank's wounded form still on his shoulders, Charlie surveyed the battlefield. The enemies, those who remained, trembled in the wake of his onslaught. Yet, amidst the triumph, a somber reality lingered, the cost of survival written in the agony etched on Charlie's weary face. The tracers, now fading into the abyss, marked the end of a chapter. Charlie, the relentless harbinger of doom, stood on the precipice of a ravaged landscape. The battlefield, once a tapestry of chaos, now whispered of the singular force that had carved a path through the heart of darkness. Fearless Charlie, a name earned through the crucible of sacrifice and the brutality of war, echoed with a weight that transcended the anonymity of the battlefield. The minefield, the crater, the trench each bore witness to the relentless descent of a man who had become more than a warrior. He had become an embodiment of survival, a specter that haunted the nightmares of those who dared to oppose him. As the moon hung low in the night sky, casting long shadows across the desolate expanse, Charlie carried Frank towards the uncertain horizon. The journey, far from over, resonated with the echoes of the fallen and the indomitable spirit of one man who had become synonymous with the chaos of war, fearless Charlie.